Welcome to Hogwarts, students. A magical school that is totally safe all the time.
Ooh.
Mr. Bryson, no flying in the Great Hall.
Don't worry, I can control this broom perfectly fine.
Somewhere along the way of all Dad's projects, he slipped a disc in his back and had to walk crooked for several months while waiting for surgery. It was the only way to walk without horrendous pain, and it was genuinely hard for me to fight this intrusive thought. There, fixed. But in classic Dad fashion, he decided to live in denial about it. We were visiting my uncle, and he invited us to go BMX riding on a course near their house.
Sure, that sounds fun.
Are you sure? Isn't your back in bad shape?
Nah, I got this.
This was a good idea!
Although, seeing my dad's back problems was a serious wake-up call for me. I'm not gonna let life ruin my back. I'll do it myself. Some people have noticed my lazy eye before because it wanders when I zone out. And being the goofy little airhead that I am, I zone out a lot. My eyes unfocus and I begin to imagine whatever my silly brain can come up with. A shark with legs. A button that magically kills every mosquito. A Lego spaceship. Food I want to eat. And sometimes I think about absolutely nothing at all. Then I zone back into reality, only to realize that I've been staring intensely into a stranger's eyes and making them very uncomfortable. Or potentially making them fall in love with me as they get lost in my dreamy blue eyes that look like the sea after a storm. That's never happened before, but a guy can dream.
Drawbacks of being a superhero. Super speed is cool, but can you imagine if you tripped or ran into a wall? Whoa! I like super speed, but it just seems like there would be a lot of unintended consequences. Like running through someone, a bug hitting your face at the speed of sound, dust getting in your eyes, and running so fast that your feet and legs get disintegrated. Or what if you had super strength and you accidentally punched so hard you destroyed the earth? Oops. If superheroes were real, it would get all political and everyone would hate them. But like, what's a government of normal people gonna do against an unkillable god? We hate you, Omni-Man. Yeah!
My turn.
People often think that homeschooled kids are really good at math and science, but really bad at social interaction. Unfortunately, I'm just bad at both of them. And I know I'm not the only one who feels inadequate watching those documentaries about gifted kids. They're all like,
at age 2, he was already speaking English and Spanish fluently. By age 6, he already graduated high school valedictorian. And by age 10, he had a doctorate in neuroscience and astrophysics. And just last month, he earned a Nobel Prize. If someone made a documentary about me, it would be more like, at age 2, he finally learned to walk. By age 6, he learned how to not spill chocolate milk. And by age 10, he was already drawing silly little pictures.
I literally can't describe the pure primal fear little Bryson experienced when seeing that giant chain chomp for the first time. And don't even get me started on that Koopa the quick race. I hate this stupid turtle so much. I just couldn't beat him. But then, one day, Brody let me in on a little secret. He's gonna win the race again!
You see that little hole in the wall? Go in.
How is this supposed to... Oh my god! Oh!
You see that beam of light? Look up. Follow that coin trail going into the wall.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
One time when I was like 3, I was making a crash scene with my trains, and I accidentally crashed them a bit too hard, and Thomas got a little bit of his paint chipped off. And this bothered me. He was no longer perfect. So what did I do? I flushed him down the toilet, of course. A while later, my parents realized that the toilet was clogged. My parents called a plumber, and after hours of trying, the plumber angrily said, "Ugh,
There's nothing I can do. I've never encountered a toilet I can't unclog. You're gonna need to buy a new toilet. So they let the plumber smash the toilet open to see what had clogged it. It was a big wad of toilet paper, and at the center was my Thomas train. So we got a new toilet, and I got a new Thomas.
And then there's my childhood dog, Dixie. She's really old and deaf and can't see well and can't control her bladder anymore, and she's basically skin and bones. But she still seems to be enjoying life and is always happy to see me. She also recently has decided to never eat dog food again, so she is fed hot dogs and chicken nuggets and leftover meat. She's living like a princess. She's had a lot of adventures and has been a fantastic family dog. I don't know if she'll still be alive by the time I post this video, but here's hoping. Started resorting to more drastic measures to try and beat my brothers. There's a mini game where you have to mash the A button as fast as you can, and I decided to tip the scales in my favor. I grabbed a massage gun and put it on max speed on my palm, which caused my fingers to vibrate insanely fast. Then I put my finger on the A button and... My dad really told me that if I played too many games on the GameCube, that it would take over my mind and I'd never be able to stop playing. This scared me to my core, and it's the reason I didn't start playing a lot of video games until I was 14. But there is something to be said about how good it was for me to play outside all the time. I am grateful that I didn't fry all my dopamine receptors with an iPad at age 5. Instead, I spent my time in glorious nature eating dirt.
Bryson, I think we should do it. I want you to have a pretty smile.
I think you should do it too, Bryson. I'll make a lot of money if you do.
Guys, my smile is fine.
Well, let's look at the x-rays. You have a pretty pronounced overbite that causes a lot of problems later in life. You should be grateful that your mom wants to pay to fix your teeth. You kind of have like a Bart Simpson lip going on, and we would want to get that fixed.
I used to watch the show, my parents got me the little wooden toys of the trains, and my dad even made me a train table to play with them on. Thomas, look out! There's a child on the tracks! Oh no, his brakes are broken! He can't stop! They are now dead. Thomas is tormented by his actions and turns himself in to the train authorities. Thomas is charged with 1 count of accidental manslaughter and will face 10 years in train prison. Honey, I think Bryson overheard you watching Forensic Files again.
Speaking of math, I definitely experienced the rite of passage of crying at the kitchen table while your dad tries to help you with your math assignment. I was never a good student, but since we moved around a lot, I had to deal with every school system we were in saying, we do math a little differently around here. So that definitely didn't help with our father-son math time.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad. They want us to do it this
I don't
way.
know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math.
Okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.